Hello everyone, welcome to Craftworks. Today I'm going to be making a double flap card. It's a bit like a gatefold card, but it has a twist to it. So my card blank is in Bermuda Bay, and that measures 10 inches by 5 3/4, and this is scored at 4 inches and 8 inches. So this larger piece here goes on the inside, and the smaller piece goes on the outside like that. So then what I've got is some designer series paper and pool party and a white insert. So for the pool party layers, this measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/2 and 1 3/4 by 5 1/2, and then my DSP is 3 1/2 inches by 5 1/4 and 1 1/2 inches by 5 1/4. My white insert, which is going to go on the inside, measures 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. No, it doesn't. 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to start off by gluing this into my center of the card. Oh, my glue's come out really quick. Just push that down. And I'm just going to put that in the center. And then move this to one side. I'm now going to stick my designer series paper to the pool party. And try to get that straight. No, that's not going to move across. So I'm just going to live with it a little bit wonky. Never mind. Straight is overrated. And now I'm going to pop this down on this flap. Like so. And now the same on here. So this here is our first part of our card. Just going to pop that to one side. If I put it there, you can still see it. So next up, I've got another piece of Bermuda Bay that measures 6 inches by 3 inches, and it's scored at 3. And I'm going to burnish that. And then I have over here pre-cut some layers. So the white layers measure 2 3/4, and I've got 3 of those. And then the pool party is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 inches. And again, I've got 3 of those. So what we need to do is layer these up. So it's going to go on to the white piece. And we're going to do that for all 3. and just pop that in the centre. I'm not getting anything particularly straight today, as you can see. Now I've actually made this card already in a I used Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather, and it looks gorgeous, but I actually ran out of the flowers to cut out of the hydrangea, is it hydrangea hill papers? So I wanted to share this design with you, but had to think of what else would go well with this. So I actually think anything floral will work really well with this. So before I stick this, so what's going to happen is this is going to go onto here, and you're going to line it up with the edge of the lighter cardstock. So, and then this is going to go here, and then we'll put our flower embellishment over the top. But before we do that, before we stick this piece down, we need to put a piece of ribbon underneath. So I'm just going to pop this to one side. Make sure you open it the right way. So it's opening that way. So we need a piece in here and a piece over here. So we'll do that, and then we will fix our ribbon. I made one earlier today and I actually forgot about the ribbon, and I couldn't peel it all off without destroying it, so which was a real shame actually. I'll show you all the three versions, the wrong one and the right one. So give that a bit of a burnish. I'm just going to get my double-sided sticky tape. And I'm just going to pop 2 strips, maybe 3, across. I think I'll do 3. So I've got a piece of pool party ribbon. So I think now what we do is we'll glue this down. So we're only going to put glue on one side, one half where the fold is. So we don't want lots. And we want it in the centre of the card. But I like it just to go up to the pool party edge. Give that a press down. Now I'm just going to wrap my ribbon around just so that I can have a quick look before I glue, take off the strips. And what I'm actually going to do is we will tie a bow here. I'm not sure if I've got enough ribbon for a bow, if I'm completely honest. This was the last piece on the reel. It's going to be tight. Okay, we're definitely not going to get a bow, but we'll just tie a knot, I think. Okay, so Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slide this up and I'm going to take off the back of the sticky tape. And then I'm going to press this down and carefully pull the ribbon down to the center like that and press that down. Now we can stick this piece over the top. Just going to pop the glue away just for a second. So what I'm actually thinking now is we could actually tie a knot into here rather than the bow, and I think it will still look nice. But before we do that, I want to put a happy birthday message here. So I'm going to use Bermuda Bay. I've just got an ink spot for this one. My happy birthday stamp, which comes from Happy Thoughts. And I've got a scrap piece of white card. So I'm just going to ink this up. And with the, I think this is the tailored tag punch. Just going to slot that in there. Ooh. This is the only problem with using scraps. So let me show you a hack for this. When you're using scraps and they're just a little bit too small, get yourself a post-it note and use the post-it note to hold on to your scrap. That way you can position it. Ooh, that was louder than I thought it was going to be. And now we just stick this on. You can add dimensionals if you'd like, but I find that because this card is a little bit bulky, I don't think it needs anything in here. So this piece goes over there. Now I can't even tie a knot. So I'm not going to worry about these long pieces for now, because we need to do some stamping. So for the colours, I am using So Saffron, and originally I thought Pool Party, but I'm actually thinking that Pool Party is going to be not going to show up against this Pool Party background, so maybe I will do this in Bermuda Bay. Where's my stamp? So this is the stamp that I'm using. It's this one here. And I'm going to stamp it once in So Saffron, and the second time I'm going to stamp it in Bermuda Bay. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out because ink spots are made slightly differently to the ink pads. So I'm just going to give that a little press down. I think it will be okay. I need to clean off my stamp so that I can clean it again, stamp again in the So Saffron. Sorry, I hate that sound. So I've got another piece of scrap. And So Saffron. I do love this colour. This is one of my favourite colours, if I'm honest with you. It is just such a golden yellow. It's amazing. So I'm just going to get my dies. And I'm going to cut this out twice. So I will explain in a second how we're going to use this. So I'm just lining it all up. Ooh, sorry about that, making lots of noise. And then line it up again. I know you can't see because I've taken it off camera. I didn't want to wobble the camera while I was die cutting. So there's my second one. I've not actually cut that particularly well, but I want to show you what we're going to do with it. So with our snips, we are actually going to cut this out. So we just want the flowers, and what we're going to do is overlap them. So we'll lay the yellow flowers over the top so that the Bermuda Bay is our greenery for this. Now I've actually already cut these out because I was conscious of how long the video was going to take. So just pop a little piece of glue on your yellow pieces, whichever colours you're using. Actually, you might not even be using the same set as me. And just place those over the top. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then this one over here. Ooh. And the last one, I actually liked these green because I thought they looked like little buds that hadn't yet flowered. And now I'm just going to pop that down. I'm going to glue it flat because we already have quite a lot of dimension on this card with the little 3x3 card on the top. And just pop that going across there. Give it a good press down. And I'm going to use some of these gems. Although these are not actually Pool Party, this is Soft Succulent. I actually think they're a really good match for Pool Party. And there we have our finished card. So I'll bring that up to the camera ever so slightly so you can see it. So here's the original one I made. I actually took the white piece off to readjust because I forgot to put the ribbon on. And I cut this out from the DSP. And then I made another, which I told you about, which I did wrong, which is this one here. So I've just wrapped the ribbon around the entire card. Doesn't look quite as good, but because I don't actually own the hydrangea set, this was done for me by another demonstrator. I just couldn't afford to waste it. I didn't want to waste it. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you try this fold, please do pop me a message, send me a photo, because I do love to see your creations. If you would like to purchase any of the items I've used today, please pop me a message. I would be more than happy to put an order in for you. And thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, everyone. Bye.